Welcome to this tutorial for keyboard players for Phill Wickham's Worthy of My Song. This is his solo version and not the version that he recorded with Maverick City. The original is in the key of D, but I've arranged this to play in the key of C. This is to facilitate a little bit easier vocal singing, as most people aren't able to hit Phill Wickham's high notes, which in this song would be a high A. It also allows the acoustic guitar players to play in first position if they desire. Let's take a listen to what all the piano, synthesizer, synthetic bass, and even a little choir effect is on the keyboard for the intro, the first verse, and the chorus. So on the introduction, there's this walk-up of chords, and which we're going to put down here in the left hand. So there's piano chords, and you also hear a synthesizer bass playing 16 notes. Da, 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 da. There's also a sustained bass. As an option, this part, you've got some synths sustaining high notes, the fifth. And there's also a choir effect, which if you wanted to do it, you would either have to record a MIDI clip, or in my case, I use the arpeggiator and setting notes in Ableton. And you can hear it doing this, but with choir voices. So here's that right hand melody in the piano on the introduction. It's reinforced in octaves and synthesizer and a choral voice. And here's what it sounds like together. It's a little more intricate than the Maverick City recording, but I actually think it's better. So here's Ableton, which is using the various parts. And you can, again, do this in main stage using the MIDI chord trigger type effects. We have our piano range here, which is playing that. And in octaves. And that goes from the B up to the G4. And then we have a series of pianos playing chords. And here's the Ableton settings, 12, 16. So we play that 10th, 12, 15 for the minor, 5, 12, 15, and up on the F chord, 7, 12, 14, 16. Here's the choir reinforcing that vocal line in the right hand of the piano. And here's that optional, if you have Omnisphere, you want to do it, you can set it so that it'll play those harmonies. And again, it's set to follow the ascending chords. Here's just, again, a series of chords. These are in that right hand area. And they follow up 12, 4, 7, 12, or excuse me, minus 12, 4, 7, 12, 19, 24, minus 12, 3, 7, 10, 17, 22, minus 12, 3, 7, 8, 15, 20, minus 12, 4, 7, 14, 19. Here's some more chords. This is an electric piano. On my keyboard, it's this JC Chorus electric piano. Minus 12, 4, 7, 12, 19, 24. Very similar to the other settings. Minus 12, 3, 7, 10, 17, 22. Minus 12, 3, 7, 5, correction, 7, 8, 15, 20. Minus 12, 4, 7, 14, 19. Here's again another soft synthesizer pad. It's pitched up 24 half steps so that it'll sound higher. 7, 12. This is under those sustained notes that you've got with your right hand thumb ascending the scale. And then it's 22. Again, as we go up, we want it to just hold the same notes. So 7, 12, down to 20, 7, 12, and down to 19, 7, 12. Here's that 16th note bass. It's pitched up 2 octaves to get that dot, 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 dot. And again, the arpeggiator is set to 16th notes. And it just goes up the scale here that you can see from C1 to F1. And this is another bass that is just sustaining it through the whole count. And this one happens to be pitched down to get the right level. So on the first verse, it gets very quiet, and we hit a chord. And then this finger hits the next one. This one is sustaining notes. Come in again soft. On this one we have a little bit of a dissonance. Hear that B, and then this suspension. And we're into the chorus. So on the verse, we have the setting for these chords to walk up. And here we have it. It's 12, 16 for the D, 12, 15, the E, 8, 12, the F, 7, 9, 12. This note here is that just a little extra added in thing that you can hear on the recording. Here's those reinforcements that we play with the piano on our right hand. And this is that sustain on the C. It's pitched up 19 half steps, and then 5 and 17. And so on our chorus, again, we have the chord walk up, but in the right hand we're playing a slightly different pattern. Down to the G. So we've got some sustained notes and piano chords walking up the scale. You can hear the high synth parts. And here you hear another piano playing 8-note rhythm. And then we've set a melody to do the dum, dum. Again, you'll either have to record a MIDI clip or use the Omnisphere arpeggiator. And so that note is. Very simple. So after the first chorus, we have a little turnaround, which is like the intro, with the exception that the 16th note bass line is no longer there. It's just the synth bass is just sustaining quarter notes. So. Just like the intro. So the second verse is actually in two parts. The second half of the second verse, the chords change somewhat, but it starts out as the first verse with a walk-up, and we just have some eighth note pulsing synth parts added in. And there's a little bit of right-hand stuff going on. G here, and the sixth, and then we go into the second part. So in the second half, the pattern changes somewhat. We've got the walk up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and the right hand is sort of reinforcing it. Softly. So the Ableton settings are, here are our pianos. It's sort of B2 to G sharp. Actually, I think it should be C to A. Here we go. Here. And then the octave, these are just softer pianos, but it's all pianos. This is the high note. And then here we have the chords, very similar to before. 12, 16, 24 minus 12. 12, 15, 22 minus 12 on the D. On the E, 8, 12, 15, 20 minus 12. On the F, 7, 12, 14, 16, 19, minus 12. And then we bounce up to the A minor, and we've got 7, 12, 15, 19, minus 12. Down to the G, 7, 12, 16, 19, minus 12. And again, here's just some soft synths reinforcing them. Pitched up 19, 5, 17, 17, 5, 17, 15, 5, 17, 14, 5, 17, up to the A, 12, 5, 17, and excuse me, the A is 10, and then down to the G would be the 12, 5, 17. Again, more soft pads. On the C, minus 12, 4, 7, 12, 19, 24. The D, minus 12, 3, 7, 10, 17, 22. E, minus 12, 3, 7, 8, 15, 20. So a little bit of dissonance there with that half step. This is our F, minus 12, 4, 7, 14, 19. This is the G, although it goes to the A minor first, which is this one. So minus 12, 3, 7, 10, 15. And then the G, minus 12, 4, 7, 12, 17. Again, more chord pads. Again, just to reinforce the sustain. 36 pitched up and then 7. So that's from the C. So this goes down 34 and 7, 32 and 7, 31 and 7, 29 for the G, and for the A, 27. Here's our bass. And here's that pulsating part, which we put with 8 notes in omnisphere, or you could do it with another 8-note arpeggiator. Again, minus 12, 12, 16, minus 12, 10, 15, minus 12, 3, 8, 12, minus 12, 2, 4, 7, 12. Here's up to the A, minus 12, 3, 7, 12. And at last the G, minus 12, 4, 7, 12. So on the second chorus, it's like the first, except now we have a right-hand pattern that is in high octaves. So again, that's using the chord function so that we get an octave above where we're playing. Same thing down here. So when the two are put together, we actually have 3 octaves covered. And we put in this note here. So when it's all together, so in Ableton, things are set as they were for the first chorus, with the exception of this high octave piano. Here you see the chord function up here, and it's 12. So that again, when we play these notes with double hand, we get 3 octaves. Here's a softer piano, low. Actually, notice that it's the chord function there is to give a lower octave. All the other chords in the pianos and the synthesizers are as before. Here, this is an arpeggiated one that is playing in Ableton. And you can see on the C we've got minus 12, 12, 16, minus 12, 10, 15, minus 12, 3, 5, 12, 15, minus 12, 2, 4, 7, 12, 16, and this one minus 12, 3, 7, 12. And that note is an A, which I'm not sure we hit on this part. I believe that was just on the first chorus. So there's a post-chorus after C2, and we have this pattern. Right hand has this melody, but these upper notes aren't always playing. And then it goes into a soft vamp. So putting that together, vamp, 2, 3, 4, and then the bridge. And I'll show you the settings for that. So in Ableton, it's similar to the chorus in that we've got this high octave double piano where we're playing double octaves. So it's up 12, and again, we're playing with our thumb and our little finger to get those notes there. Again, this one is our bass notes, and then these chords are very, very similar to what we had before. You know, C, D minor, C over E, F, etc. And the A minor and the G. The soft pad chords, again, the same. You can set them up to form the pattern of G, A, F, or G, A minor, F. And then this is the bass, and this is doing that 8th note arpeggiated rhythm. And again, I've set it up in Omnisphere. You can put a standard arpeggiator in front of it to play the chords, but it's minus 12, 12, 16. On the G, on the A, it's minus 12, 10, 15. On the F, minus 12, 3, 8, and 12. Here on the F, minus 12, 2, 4, 7. And again, this is the A minor, minus 12, 3, 7, 12. This is just some reinforced piano notes, again, where we have that as opposed to that extra high note. As I mentioned, that vamp, we're going to use the settings for bridge 1, which is just soft piano for the vamp. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. The bridge. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. Bridge. Again, there's a vamp leading into the bridge. Bridge. You were worthy. Never stop singing your praise. Never stop singing your praise. 2. Bridge 2. So bridge 2. Bridge 3. So if you wanted to play that counter melody, you could put those sustained quarter note pulsations down here as you walk up the scale, and then the actual pattern is this. Again, so you would change the pitch so that this would sound an octave higher. So you actually get a although you'd be hitting this note. That would be an alternative. Bridge 3 is technically a little challenging because you're alternating quarter note and eighth note rhythms with different hands. But it's a little something like this. The third chorus, again, is divided in half because of different melodies, but it starts out with this chopped up rhythm. 3, 4. And into the second half. The second half is like this. Into the post-chorus. The second post-chorus has a slight variation. Just these notes, not double octaves. That repeats. And into bridge 3 repeat. So the repeat of bridge 3 is very quiet and soft with just your soft pianos. And into the outro. So the outro is very similar to the intro, other than the piano is not playing that melodic line, and it's not in octaves anymore. So the electric guitar and a synthesizer are playing that very softly. Last chord. If you found this tutorial helpful for learning the song, please give the video a thumbs up, or if you have some negative comments, leave them below. I'd appreciate you ringing the bell and subscribing so you can be notified for my next tutorial. Thank you again for watching.